Good morning and welcome to another exciting edition of P&B Sports Show. Well, I'm your host, Aroko Tom. Today we are going to be discussing about the Super Eagles like we did yesterday. The Super Eagles played Rwanda over the weekend and we had some analysis on what happened in that match. Well, today we are going to do something different because Nigeria will be playing South Africa today in South Africa, and Nigeria will be hoping to snatch the 3 points, and same thing for South Africa. But for this analysis, we have two sports analysts. We have Walter Odige, all the way from Lagos State, the Oga of sports. When this man roars, when it comes to sports, everybody stands still. Then we are going all the way to Benin. We have Ero John, who is a renowned sports analyst and a sports development and soccer coach. How are you both doing?
I'm doing very well. Good morning to you.
How is Lagos treating you, Walter?
It's been raining heavily since yesterday.
You people need the downpour now for the people that farm in Lagos. Then,
Yes.
Ero, how are you doing? How is the weather in Benin?
I'm very fine. Good morning.
Last we spoke, you didn't sound too enthusiastic about Nigeria and Rwanda, but we're able to pick the 3 points. But I want to know how you feel today, so let's dive straight into it. What is the expectation for today against South Africa, Ero?
Okay, as I will always tell you, Mr. Tom, football is the game of who wants it more. South Africa is a better team, I won't lie, going by what we have been playing. We have been playing trash, big trash. But I expect us to pick up the maximum points, not because we are a better team, but because at this point in time, we need it more. South Africa is already sitting comfortably on the top of the group, and with the way they play, they are most likely to finish top of the group. It will be a very fierce encounter because if they defeat us, that will further cement their place on the top of the table. But I expect Nigeria to go into the game with enthusiasm, to go into the game with determination, and to try and pick up the points. It is even more difficult, especially because we are not playing at home. We are traveling all the way to South Africa, so it makes it even more difficult. But I want to believe this is a game of 1% chance, 99% faith. I want to have faith that we can defeat South Africa today.
Okay.
That is my stand. I cannot beat my chest that we are going to win because I am not impressed by the play that we play, honestly.
Okay. Walter, I want to get your opinion. With the way Nigeria played Rwanda over the weekend, how do you expect the Super Eagles of Nigeria to go into this next match, and what should be the mentality?
I think I share John's sentiments. Like before the game against Rwanda, you cannot be confident with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. That's just the truth. You cannot have confidence in the Super Eagles. You don't know if they will bring their A game. You don't know if they will come to the party. But I don't know. South Africa is a far better team than us at this moment in time. Now, better team than us, not in terms of players' quality. I think we have far better players than South Africa. Far better players. South Africa, 80%, 90% of South Africa's squad is made up of players playing in their local league. So now what they have this team. They have unity. They have understanding. They have cohesion. They are one team and they play together. So what we have is superstars. What we have is talented individuals. I cannot really call them a team. Now, what am I expecting today? I'm expecting the Super Eagles. This is like the biggest game Nigeria has played since the AFCON final that we lost to Cote d'Ivoire. This is the biggest game we've played. So that we're going to play. I expect the Super Eagles to go there and know that this is a World Cup final to them. We are talking about playing at World Cup. This is a World Cup final right in front of you. This is a final because you lose or draw today, you are out. You are not going to the World Cup. This is confirmed. So this is the biggest game of their lives because many of these players, they've not been to a World Cup. They didn't go to the last edition whereby the last cup of this set of players became Super Eagles squad members. So this is their World Cup final. This is their own World Cup. They need to go there and realize that, oh, I am Ademola Lookman. I'm African Footballer of the Year. I am Victor Osimhen. I just finished. I'm also the previous winner of the African Footballer of the Year. I am William Bassi. I play for Fulham in the Premier League. I am Trust Ekong. I am Noah Bali. I am Wilfred Didi. I am Moses Simon. I am Tolu Arukodare. These guys need to understand that we are far better individually than South Africa, and they need to go to that game knowing themselves. They need to go to that game and who's going to be South Africa? Who be South Africa? Oh yeah,
but you know one good thing about South Africa is that in their team, like you rightly said, I think they are benefiting or reaping the benefits of having a good league right now. And they have about they have players. Most of their team are home based. They have about 6 or 7 players that play for Orlando Magic. They have some players that play for Mamelodi Sundown. We have players like Rowan Williams, Ricardo Goss, Sidney Mubi, Mukzeli Mubzaki, Aubrey Modiba. They have strong players. And when you look at the caliber of players we have versus the chemistry that they have, what do you think? They have strong players. And when you look at the caliber of players we have versus the chemistry that they have,
I want us to be at the World Cup. We cannot afford not being at another World Cup. I really, really want Nigeria to win. I really want these boys to give their all. And I think what they will need more beyond above tactics, above all the scenario and everything, they need motivation. They need to realize themselves. They need to know that they can do it. They need to know that they are going into war. They need to know that they are going to fight. But to be honest with you, I don't believe in the Super Eagles. I don't believe that they are going to be victorious today. I will go for a draw, and that draw is me being
patriotic.
I just want to believe they will. Yes, I just want to believe that they will turn up. I just want to believe that they will not just be anyhow. But I don't think they will have enough to win. I believe it will end in a draw. But yes, we didn't lose our World Cup spot. We didn't lose qualifying for World Cup today. We're not going to lose it today. We lost it in that game against Lesotho in Uyo, where we couldn't beat Lesotho in Uyo. We drew 1-1. And also we lost it against Zimbabwe, also in Uyo. Those 2 games, they are I think they are unforgivable. We lost 4 points in those games. If we had those 4 points today, we would have been on 14 points, just 2 points behind South Africa on 16. We would not be thinking of even if we draw today, we will be thinking of how South Africa will lose their 3 points. So I think those are the 2 games Nigeria will look back to and say, okay, yes, this is where we got it wrong. This is where we failed to qualify for the FIFA World Cup.
Okay.
But I really wanted to win today.
Okay. So let's move into the tactical perspective. Ero, we played 4-2-3-1 against Rwanda. Do you expect us to play that same 4-2-3-1 against South Africa, considering the fact that it seems Rwanda just came to play defense and try their luck, obviously because they had nothing to lose?
Yes, I expect the coach Eric to maintain the same formation. The reason is because his 4-2-3-1 formation comes with a high press. Even if I don't know what he's doing, it comes with a high press. And like I said, football is a game of who wants it more. We are the team that obviously wants it more today. So I expect Nigeria to play an all-attack game. I expect him to maintain the same formation. I don't expect him to play compact. I don't expect him to play defensive. I expect him to go all out to try and get at least 2 goals in the first half, at least. Even if that looks like what only a miracle can bring, but it's possible. In the game of football, anything can happen. So I expect him to maintain the same formation. I think the only change to the game will be the fact that Victor Osimhen will not play because of the injury he picked up against Rwanda. So I expect that should be the only change for me because the players that started the last game, they did their best, they played well. So I won't take that away from some of them. Some of them gave their all to the game. So I expect the same players, the same formation, as like I said, except for a change on the top now. I expect the goal scorer, the guy that scored the goal against Rwanda, Tolu, I expect him to start the game. Yeah, I expect him to start the game. Change with Shema is out injured. And then let's see what comes out from them. But I expect him to maintain the same formation. I don't expect him to change it.
Okay. Talking about Tolu, in the what do you think about the idea of pairing Tolu and Craig Desert up front? Could that combination give Nigeria more attacking threat against South Africa? Ero?
I want to differ. I prefer when Nigeria plays with a lone striker. The reason is because we have very good players on the flank. The likes of Ademola Lookman, the likes of Moses Simon, they are very good on the flank. The likes of Samuel Chukwueze, they are very good when they play on the flank. So I don't say, especially for Desla, who these players have not really found their feet in the national team. And if you decide to play the both of them up front against a good South African team, I'm sorry, they may be good, very good at their club side, but we all agree that club football and national football are two different ball games entirely. So that they don't go missing in the game. You cannot bring in I will call them two new players in the Super Eagles to spearhead the attack against the South African team, who happens to be the best team in the group as we speak. It will do us more harm than good. I'm speaking based on my own opinion. So I will expect him to play one of them up front.
Okay.
Play the likes of Ademola Lookman, the likes of Chukwueze or Moses Simon, who already have a vast level of experience playing in the national team. Who
wouldn't want to moving to you, Walter. Moving to you, Walter. Do you think that the new kids on the block, Tolu and Desert, should actually be paired up front? Or do you think, like what Ero just said, that we should have lone strikers? And also, we have players like Ndidi that have experience in the midfield. Do you think that Eric Chell should start a player like Ndidi as well?
First off, about if we should go with a lone striker or we should go with Desas and Tolu, I don't think Nigeria Super Eagles should be playing two on the front. I think a lone striker is perfect. And Tolu, with a few minutes he was on the pitch in the game against Rwanda, you could see that he's that man. He's the target man. He controls. He has an area threat. He brings the ball very well. He controls the ball. He brings his wingers into play, and he has so many advantages over Desas. On if you are to go for one, who should start? So I will go with Tolu. And like John rightly pointed out, we have good wingers. I'm surprised Eric Chell. I'd say I'm not. I don't know. I think in all honesty, I seriously think maybe I think Nigeria would have played better. I can't say we would have won all our games because I think Eric Chell drew against Zimbabwe, but I can't say we would have beaten Zimbabwe. But I can tell you for a fact we would have played better, far better than we are playing currently if Austin Eguavon was our manager. Listen, with Nigeria, we've always had tradition. We have the way we like to play football. And it's not the way Eric Chell wants to. Eric Chell has been too tactical. He's passing so many information, giving so many instructions to these players. These players are talented players. These players are players playing for top clubs in Europe. I don't like managers who want to impose so many tactics.
That want to make players play like robots.
Yes, I don't like managers like that. Let players be free. Give them the freedom. Ademola Lookman is a winger. Stop making him play supporting striker role. He's a winger, for crying out loud. Let him, if he wants, if he decides that, okay, maybe I'm blocked here by the right back, let me move to the midfield. Let him have that freedom. Same as Moses Simon, same as Samuel Chukwueze. Don't give players so many instructions. They are not robots. Let them be themselves. I think you just have to. One thing we would need today, we would need our wing play to be very, very, very good. And I think Tolu can bring the two wingers into play. And that is on that. I think we should go with just one up front, Tolu Arukodawe, Moses Simon on the right, and Ademola Lookman on the left. Then in the midfield, listen, I like Ndidi. Like I said yesterday on the show, I think there was a time I felt in the desire to play for big club as big as Manchester United, City, Barca. I felt he was that talented, but that was 6-7 years ago. Over the past years, he's 28 years old, but it's not playing like 28 years old. Yes, he looks old, he plays old, he's slower. You know, I would go for a younger player. I would go for a Chrysanthus Uche, who just sealed his move to Crystal Palace from Getafe. I would go for Onyeka. You understand?
Yes.
So I think there are younger players we should be going for. But like you said, experience is key. Experience matters, and you don't want to be taking that pressure on Chrysanthus Uche in this huge match. You don't want to, bring him into the club. You don't want to. So I will blame Chelsea for not integrating those younger midfielders in the team earlier. Guess what? Frederick, that started at central back ahead of William Troost-Ekong against Rwanda. Frederick was playing on that 23 football at Brentford last season. Now what happened? We went for this competition. In May, the competition we played Ghana and Jamaica. And guess what? He gave Frederick a chance. He gave him opportunity, and that boy impressed him so well that he was able to say, you know what, captain, we know you are our captain, you are first man for bench first. Maybe this young boy, maybe he's 20 years old.
Make him come out.
Start this match. So, yes, I think we needed same energy in the midfield. We can't rely on him. He's old. He's no more the young we once knew or once liked. So, for me, personally, I really, really do think that we could have planned before now to replace it today. But it's what it is. It is going to start today, and he needs to bring his experience. He needs to bring his best game today because we need him today.
Yes. Well, it seems like we have to make do with what we have. But talking about wingers and the midfield, we saw that we could see Moses Simon, we could see Ademola Lookman. It was like they were playing from the left side of the field, and we refused to play from the right side as well. Do you think, Ero John, that this was a tactical move, and we might just do something different against South Africa because those two kept bumping into themselves? Then we also saw that we saw Iwobi taking some risk, trying to cross the ball to get headers or to try to attempt a goal. But do you think that we should go through a different pattern when it comes to using both the right and the left side of the pitch?
Okay, thank you very much for ability. I told you before that I was not a coach. There's something you do before every game. You watch your opponent's pattern of play. I can remember vividly when Chelsea played PSG in the Club World Cup final that we all saw. Chelsea were always losing the ball to Nuno Mendes. And that's why I saw that both Kofama and Gusto were on that wing. They were always losing the ball. There's something called a weak link. I believe it was tactical by Coach Eric to always play on the left, to play the ball to the left. And those kind of things happen for two reasons. It is either because the winger you have here is superb, or the defender from the opposing side is the weak link of the defense. So when you have things like that, it is good that you play the ball to the weak link because you are guaranteed that if your wingers will meet that person's halftime threat, But what I will not want the coach to do today, I believe today we'll see something different because Rwanda is not South Africa. South Africa plays better. They are also an attacking team. So I believe the coach must have gone back to the drawing board, check how South Africa plays, and we approach the game differently. But against Rwanda, I saw it as a tactical move from the coach because ever since he came to the Super Eagles, that was the first time we were witnessing something like that, where the balls were majorly played on the left flank. I strongly believe it was something they prepared for, having watched how Rwanda has played over time. Yeah.
Okay. Like Ero rightly said, Walter, he spoke about it being a tactical thing, and South Africa is an entirely different team. But South Africa seems to be more compact than any team on that table. What weakness do you think the Super Eagles can explore against South Africa to win that game?
The weakness the Super Eagles can explore against South Africa to win that game is simple. It's a mentality one. Now, I have been watching the interviews of the South African coach, South African players, and you can see that um, they are being too respectful to Nigeria. Normally, you would have expected them because they should feel that they are the better team. They should feel that they are going to beat Nigeria. But now, that's not what they are talking about. I watched their captain and their goalkeeper yesterday, Williams, saying the Nigeria have history over them. They are struggling to win Nigeria. Mind you, they've beaten Nigeria just once in football. So it's like they've been coming close. They will try and get closer and they will try and see what they get. So now it's that mentality. You need to put fear in their body and in their minds. And how do you do that? You go into the game the first 10 minutes, first 15 minutes, you play them, school them, you rush them, make them make mistakes. And if Nigeria is lucky enough to get a goal within the first 15, 20 minutes of that game, trust me, they are going to have every chance to win that game because that is the only weakness you can exploit. As a team, South Africa are very, very good. They are compact.
Okay, Walter.
Saw their club.
Walter, sorry to cut you short there. You mentioned something and I do not want to forget. You mentioned that we should rush them. Do you think that we should prioritize possession game when it comes to South Africa, like the way it seemed like we prioritized possession game when it came to Rwanda?
And I think we should. If I am the manager, like I said, the first 15, 20 minutes in that game would matter a lot. Now, if I'm to set that team up, I would probably set up a defensive masterclass. We hit them on the counter attack. You won't want to try and dominate South Africa because they have some really, really good players and some really, really good moves. So I would prioritize a defensive mindset and hit them with our very good wingers on the counter. But what I'm saying is,
Walter, are you with us? Walter? Ero, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, it seems like we lost Walter for a minute. But just tell me, what do you think? Do you think we should prioritize possession play today?
I would differ from what Mr. Walter said. I don't think we should defensively and play on the counter. And the reason is because, like I said, we need the game more than them. And like you have rightly said, they're a compact team. They play compact. So if you want to play a team that plays compact and you want to go defensive, that means you are playing the same pattern as them. And the game may likely end up in a draw. I believe we should come all out, especially in the first half. If you can play them very well in that, you play a high press, play possession this game, and you can get at least a goal or two in the first half. In the second half, you can then play a defensive formation and play compact. That time, you now try to do the ball retention and the counter, and that wins you the game. But going into the game, even from the first half, and you are trying to build up a defensive compact play, it's it leaves you, because like I said, you need the game more than them. You need the win more than they do. And then this is a team that is already, like Mr. Walker said, mentally, they already see you ahead of them.
Yes.
Going by history and antecedents. So the best way to get at them is to go all out against them. Cause them to make mistakes. And if in the first 20-30 minutes, a goal or two can come in. And then you can then drop the game, play possession building, and play compact.
Okay. So it seems like you both have different ideas of how we expect the Super Eagles to play today, and it just differs entirely. But I want to find out if you people have the same expectation for results today. Walter, let me start with you. What are your expectations for today? Are we going to have a 1-0, 2-0, 1-1, or what scoreline do you predict? Walter, are you with us? Well,
I'm with you.
okay. So what scoreline do you predict today?
From a journalistic point of view, I will go for a 1-1 draw.
But from a patriotic point of view.
From a fan point of view, as a patriotic Nigeria, I will go for a 2-0 Nigeria win.
Okay. Then when it comes to you, Ero John, what are your expectations for the scoreline?
I speak as a fan of Nigeria, a patriotic citizen, and a football analyst. And I bank on Nigeria.
We can hear you. Well, it seems like we lost Ero. The network issue is always fumbling when it comes to Benin City. But my own predictions for today, as a fan, because I only talk as a fan, I expect Nigeria to win that match 2-0, because 1-0 at the beginning will end up in a draw. Well, we've come to the end of P&B Sports Show. Thank you so much, Ero John.